Hey guys, Rich here again from Richmond Gaming. Hope everyone is doing fantastically well. And we're back with another playthrough from the core box of Marvel United X-Men. This time we're going to be using the villain Mystique. So we'll head on straight over and see which characters we're going to use to play against her. And let's see how the game goes. Okay guys, so we are back. We have our board set up and pretty much ready to go. We drew our 6 locations at random. We shuffled our threat cards and dealt them out at random as well. We've got our 3 initial missions here, so defeat thugs, clear threats and rescue civilians, and you can see that the villain for today's game is going to be none other than Mystique. So let's start by taking a quick look at Mystique's card and going through any special rules and anything that are on there. So special rules: Senator Kelly. He is affected by anything that affects heroes. Heroes can take him with them when moving. A hero in his location can take any damage that would be dealt to him. When a hero is KO'd, Mystique doesn't activate her BAM. Instead, moves Senator Kelly 1 location counterclockwise, draw another master plan card and add it face down to the storyline. So this is all going to be around Senator Kelly, which makes sense. It's one of Mystique's biggest storylines. Her BAM is deal 2 damage to 1 hero in Mystique's location. Her overflow is if we can't add tokens to a location, move Senator Kelly 1 location counterclockwise, then draw another master plan card and add it face down in the storyline. So the villainous plot here is the heroes lose if Senator Kelly takes any damage. So yeah, we need to try and protect him at all costs. So looking at the special setup, so place the Senator Kelly token in the hero's starting location. That's pretty straightforward. Super villains, you would get these tokens, but we're obviously not playing the super villain mode. So from the villain side then, we need to decide where we're going to be putting Mystique. So starting with 1, we'll move it around there. So she's going to be in 4, so she's going to be in the Xavier Institute for Higher Learning. So that will be her starting location. Now our heroes always start opposite, so they're going to be starting in the Weapon X facility. But before we get on to the heroes, I want to show you some of the threat cards from this game, because they bring a new rule that we didn't have previously, which is henchmen. So if we take a look here, actually 4 of her cards are henchmen. We've got Destiny, Toad, Avalanche, and we have Pyro as well. So Pyro has a BAM special effect, deal 1 damage to 1 hero in this and each adjacent location. He's got 2 health. They all have 2 health, I believe. Actually, no, Destiny should only have the 1. But anytime Mystique triggers her BAM, all of these BAMs are going to trigger as well. So we can see we've got a BAM on Pyro, a BAM on Toad, and a BAM on Avalanche. And we'll see what they are as and when we come up against them. So let's take a look at the heroes that we're going to be using to try and take down Mystique and save Senator Kelly. Well, starting off, we have got Storm, recently painted up. Maybe need to do 1 or 2 little touch-ups on her, but yeah, pretty happy with her. We're going to be using the hero version of Magneto, sorry, not Mystique. She's the other one that has a hero version as well. And then lastly, as we painted him up on stream last night, we're going to take old Man Logan out for a run. So he's come from the future to try and save Senator Kelly. So what do we need to do? Well, we need to draw some cards for each of our heroes. Now let's just put these up here, and we'll draw our first 3 starting cards for each one. So they are Storm's starting cards. Let's then draw Magneto's. These have already had a shuffle, so we don't need to worry about them. And lastly then, I wanted to show you Old Man Logan's cards, because these are slightly different. We've seen the starting hand card before, so we know that we put that to one side, but we also have a bottom of the deck card as well. So that also gets put to one side. We then shuffle them, deal out 2. That goes to the bottom. These go to the side. And let's see what we've got. So Old Man Logan's card is retired. Gain 2 fight tokens. As long as this card is face up in the storyline, you can't use fight tokens to attack. So you get things, but then yeah, you can't use them until later on in the game. So well, guys, let's jump in and make a start. In fact, the last thing we need to do, apologies, is put Senator Kelly here. So yeah, as we know, we always start with the villain. So let's see what we get. So she's going to move 5 spaces clockwise. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then she is going to trigger her BAM. So if we remember, her BAM is deal 2 damage to 1 hero in Mystique's location. There's no heroes there, so nothing happens with Mystique's BAM, but let's have a quick look and see what other BAMs we have to trigger. So Pyro's, as we went through, deal 1 damage to 1 hero in this and each adjacent location. Well, there's nobody in any of them, so that's fine. So Toad, if possible, move Toad to the next clockwise location with no threat. Then deal 1 damage to 1 hero in Toad's location. Well, Toad can't move anywhere because it's the beginning of the round. And then lastly is Avalanche. And Avalanche's card says, discard 1 civilian from this and each adjacent location. Deal 1 damage to 1 hero in each of these locations that has no civilians. So we take a civilian from Genosha, and there are no civilians in the Weapon X facility. So let's just double check. So it's to deal 1 damage to 1 hero in each of these locations. So we get to choose which hero is going to take a damage. And I think, because we want to try and cycle through his cards a little bit quicker, is Old Man Logan is going to take that first damage, bringing that bottom of the deck card closer to the top there. And then lastly, we need to dish out the tokens. So we can see from the card that in her location, it's going to be a henchman, a thug and a civilian in each location. And I think just looking at that, that's going to be absolutely fine because we have enough room there, but not for long because this has pretty much filled them up. Now, one thing that a viewer did point out, a rule that I did get wrong in the last game we played, is even if a villain puts a card down, you still always get to use the symbols from the one previously. So that was one that I messed up with. So on to our hero's turn, and we're going to start with Old Man Logan. He's going to play his first card that gives him 2 fight tokens, a move, but it does mean that he cannot use them to attack at the moment. We need to wait until he comes out of retirement to be able to do that. And he is going to move himself just over to here. And that will be it for his turn. So next up then is going to be Storm. So let's draw a card for Storm, and you can see we get a wild card there. So let's have a little think then. So we know we get the move, which is good. So what can we do? We could move to here and take our Avalanche, which feels quite nice because he's discarding our civilians, and we don't really like that too much. And he's doing damage in those locations as well. It's really all about the attacks at the moment, isn't it? But then I'm looking at this and seeing that we've got this is filled. But I think we start by, I think she's going to play her 2 attack card, because this will then give access to for Magneto as well. She is going to move this way here, and she is just going to basically do 2 attacks into Avalanche, taking him out. And as we know, that will be 1 threat cleared. We get rid of this, and we can now see that it says end of turn, because we now have access to the end of turn. You may deal 1 damage to a thug or henchman in any location. Really, really like that, because it allows us to start clearing some of these other ones up as well. So I think what we're going to do is a thug or henchman. So actually, what we're going to do is do a damage to Destiny. So getting rid of this card here. So that'll be another threat that we've got rid of. And another clear threat on there. So that will be it for Storm's turn. So now we are on to Magneto. So Magneto has got Prodigal Intelligence. This turn, you can treat all symbols as wild. Oh, that feels quite good, doesn't it? Okay then, so I think Magneto is going to play this Prodigal Intelligence card. So he's now got access to 4 wilds in total, which is quite nice. And what he's going to do is he's going to move twice over to here. So that's using 2 of his actions. He's taking Senator Kelly with him. And then he is going to basically do 2 damage to Pyro. So taking Pyro out of the game. We get rid of that now, which is nice. And then it says you may gain one of any tokens or any of the anything but wild. So let's have a think then. What do we want on Magneto? And it's the end of the turn, so you can't use these beforehand. But I think we've got a lot of henchmen we want to get rid of. So I think we're going to... Actually, let's take a move. Let's take a move. That extra move could be really, really useful on Magneto. And there we go, guys. That is the end of the hero's turn. So let's jump on and see what Mystique is going to do. So, Metamorph. Add civilian in each location with no civilians. Until the next villain turn, damage to Mystique is dealt to the next clockwise henchman instead, if present. But before all of that, it's going to be a move 3 and then a bam. So, move 3, which is 1, 2, 3, because it was a clockwise move. And then her bam is deal 2 damage to 1 hero in Mystique's location. So I think, if she... Oh, let's have a quick look. When a hero is KO'd, Mystique doesn't activate her bam. Instead, move Senator Kelly at 1 location counterclockwise. What to do? So I think we're going to deal 2 damage to Logan. That's what we're going to start off with. So that will KO Logan. Now I'm pretty sure that means that he just takes the 1 because he only had 1 damage left. And it does say to one hero. So that goes to the bottom of his deck. But because of the BAM, it says here, when a hero is KO'd, Mystique doesn't activate her BAM. Instead, move Senator Kelly 1 location counterclockwise. And then draw another Master Plan card and add it face down to her storyline. So, we move, Senator Kelly goes to there, sorry. We add a card, and it goes here. We then need to resolve BAM on Toad, which is, if possible, move Toad to the next clockwise location with no threat, then deal 1 damage to 1 hero in Toad's location. Well, we know that that now has no threat on there, so that can be moved up there. That means she's going to do 1 damage to Storm. I think Storm is just going to get rid of her wild card. Now, when we get rid of these, when we lose lives, we don't lose the card forever. It goes back to the back of our deck. And then we need to add a civilian in each location that doesn't have a civilian. So put 1 here. And that is it. Just the 1 place that has no civilian. And basically, damage onto Mystique is going to go onto the next clockwise henchman. So it's going to be Toad. So that will be it for her turn. So coming back then, fighting is going to be your boy Logan. So 1, 2, 3, 4, because as we know, you come back with 4 cards, and he has got Old Man Logan, tired of fighting. If retired is face up, which it is, gain 1 token. Until the beginning of your next turn, you may ignore 1 damage each villain turn. That's quite nice. That is quite nice. It's a move. Let's put him back up there. So he would gain 1 token, but it would mean that he wouldn't be able to really do much with it. But I think we're going to give him that move. So we're going to use that one first. We're going to get an extra token onto Logan. And I think the idea with Old Man Logan is that you build these tokens up to a point where you then get to his last card and he can just go in and hopefully one-shot the big baddie, the villain. So let's see if that pans out how I'm hoping it does. Next up then is going to be Storm. So let's draw a card for Storm. So we already know we've got the move. We've then got an attack, or we've got a move here, or we've got this one here. So I mean, what do we want? You really want Magneto to go back and pick up the Senator Kelly as well to keep him healthy. But we do need to manage some of these tokens as well. Actually, we need to put another threat, another clear threat, because we only have 3 remaining. I think she's going to play this wild card. So with her 2 wild, so she's got a move and 2 wild. So I think what she is going to do is just basically use those 2 wilds as 2 attacks. She's going to take Toad out, which will mean that we complete our first mission. However, that does mean now that Mystique is under pressure and she's going to be activating every 2 cards rather than every 3 cards. So that may or may not have been a good move. And then I think she's got a move left. I think she may even stay where she is. Or do we actually? No, she's going to move up to here. Oh, no, that's not her. She's going to move up to here. And then she's going to rescue 1 civilian from that location. There we go. And now because we've triggered that, it means that it is back to Mystique's turn. So let's have a quick look. So she's going to move 4. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. She's then going to activate her BAM. So deal 2 damage to 1 hero in Mystique's location. Well, that's fine. There's nobody there. But we do need to put out quite a lot of these thug tokens. So 1 in the location here. We need to put 2 here, which isn't possible. And 2 here, which isn't possible. So if 1 or more, let's have a quick look at this. If 1 or more tokens can't be added to a location, move Senator Kelly 1 location counterclockwise, then draw another master plan card and add it face down in the storyline. So we can't add those in there. So, and I believe the way it works is it's for each location. So he's going to move once here and she will draw a card like so. And then he's going to move again and she will draw another card and put that face down because it's for each location. I may be wrong on that. I'm almost certain that is correct, but yeah, we'll have to see. So the question now is like, what do we do? What do we do? Because we've got a lot of things on the board. I think what we're going to do, so we've got 2 specials here, or 2 wilds, sorry, that we can take. So I think what we're going to do with Magneto is we're going to play this card here, which gives us 2 attacks. And so yeah, I think what we're going to do is clear out these 2 henchmen using our 2 attacks from here. We've then got his move token. So we're going to move him to here. And we're going to use that special symbol to clear out these thugs here. So hopefully that was the right move. And then we are back with Old Man Logan. So let's take a look and see what he gets. So he's tired of fighting once again. So he's got 2 hits and he's got a move potentially, or he's got 2 specials here. These are looking okay. So I think what we're going to do is, how do we want to do this? So that's got 2, 3, that's got 3, 3, that's got 2, 3. This only has 1 space and this has no spaces remaining. And that's my worry at the moment, is this one here. But I think what we're going to do is play Tired of Fighting again. So he gets a move. He's going to get another token. So we're building these tokens up. He is going to move over to here. He'll take Senator Kelly with him. And then he'll use the 2 tokens from here to basically get rid of these 2 thugs. So we're down to 3 thugs remaining now. Obviously Mystique is still on her full health. And it is back to Mystique for her turn. So let's see what happens. So she is going to be moving 1 space over, like so. And then doing a BAM. And as we can see, that BAM is going to take out Storm. So let's take these 2 cards, move it to the back of her hand. She is knocked down. And then when a hero is cleared, we basically move Senator Kelly counterclockwise, so he's going to go back to there. And then we have to put out all of these civilian tokens. So that is going to be 1 here and 1 here. And then 1 either side of here. And that will be it for Mystique's turn. Now we are actually back with Storm. So 1, 2, 3, 4, because as we know, when we're KO'd, we draw 4 cards. The key thing here is that we need to make sure we're not letting any damage go onto Senator Kelly. Now she still has the move from Logan's card all the way back there. So we've already got 1 move. And we need to deal 3 damage to henchmen. So what is the best way to achieve that? So I think what we're going to do is pick up Storm, like so. She's now got 2 moves and an attack. So she is going to move herself to here. She is going to do an attack on this thug, meaning that we only need 2 more thugs. And she's going to pick up Senator Kelly and move him to here. Now the reason why he's there is we've got 6 health basically there that we can negate from that one. So we are now back with Magneto. Let's take a quick look at what we've got. So just a plain old attack card. And yeah, he's got a move and attack and then an attack. I mean, that would clear the last one up, wouldn't it? So is that the right move to make? So yeah, so because he's got this move and attack already, let's move these up ever so slightly actually, just to give us a little bit more room. He's going to play his attack card. He will move here. He will deal 2 damage to these 2, which means that we have now completed our 2nd mission, and it means that Mystique is now vulnerable to damage. Now she's going to get to act next, so that's one thing we need to be wary of. But we also get to rescue 1 civilian as well. Not that I think it will matter too much. Concerning parts for me right now are these 2 here. These 2 are almost full, but it's back to Mystique. So let's see what she gets. So she's going to move. No, she's not moving at all, which means Magneto is going to take 2 damage, which is going to KO Magneto. That is not good. Now we know that the BAM, when someone's KO'd, this moves clockwise, or anti-clockwise I should say. And then we've got some thugs and civilians to put down. Now we can see that this one here can't be moved. So we're missing 1 from there. So that means that this is going to go in this location. And we need to take another card and put it face down in the storyline. We then have to put 2 tokens in the location that we are in, which is fine because it's got space, and then 1 of each in this location as well. So it's going to be Logan's turn next. So let's see what card he gets, and it is two heroic actions. He's got all of these to 1, 2, 3, 4 tokens, but the problem here is that it's going to be really difficult. We've got what have we got access to? We've got one hit that we've got access to, but it's going to be really difficult, I think, to try and do this. So I think what he's going to do is he's going to play the move. He'll get another attack symbol or another fight symbol, and he's going to move to here. He will then use the attack that you get from Magneto to clear one of these out. And it says here, you may discard one card from your hand to the bottom of your deck to swap a card from your hand with one of your face-up cards in the storyline. So we are going to get rid of this card. That's going to go to the back of our deck. And then he is going to take this back and put this back here. So to swap them over, which means now that this, we've unlocked the ability to use these. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in there. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that was the right move. But we are now back, and it is going to be Storm next. So let's see here. So Storm is here at the moment. Well, I mean, she's got a lot of moves, hasn't she? But I think what we need to do is try and keep people near Senator Logan, because if he moves back one to there, then that's going to be a problem, I think. So she maybe needs to move up there, but she's already got a move 4. And then I'm wondering if we bring Logan up to here, so then kind of adjacent to everyone, we've got sort of all bases covered. So I think that's what we're going to do. So what we're going to do is use this one, so Goddess of Weather. She is going to move up twice herself, so making sure that she's here with actually she's only going to move up once, or is she going to go 1, 2? No, she's going to move to here. She's going to move to here, and then she's going to move Logan up to here as well, and then we are back to Mystique's turn. Master Assassination, move to Senator Kelly's location. Bam. And oh no, people, that means that because Magneto is down, Senator Kelly is a goner. So that is a victory for Mystique. I maybe should have moved. I was being so cautious, but I should have maybe moved these two into here. But was not to be. I really enjoyed that one. I think the henchmen add in an extra level. I think it's really important to get those henchmen out as early as possible. But I was really waiting until that next turn, where Logan was basically going to be able to come in and, one shot. She's only got 6 health. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. Plus he's got a card here that lets him do 2 wild, so he could do more than enough damage. But yeah, it wasn't to be, just that one turn too late. But there we go, guys. So that is a victory to the villains. And that's a little bit frustrating, to say the least. Well, there we go, guys. It's a loss, but I did notice a couple of mistakes in that one that I made again when I came back to edit it. But it was too late to go back and change them. I think it's sort of balanced out in the end. I took an extra action with Magneto quite early in the game, but then on at least 2 occasions, I forgot to actually draw a card for Magneto. So he would have probably been alive at the end, but I maybe wouldn't have taken the henchman out as early. So I think it probably balanced out. I really enjoyed this one though. It was nice to play with a new villain. It was also nice to play with some new heroes as well. And obviously we're going to be trying to do that. So playing with different characters each time round. But I really enjoyed the new mechanics it brought to the game. In particular, the henchmen and how they worked. And I do think it was the right choice to take them out early. I just think maybe I should have moved one of my characters up to where Senator Kelly was, just to, try and protect him. But c'est la vie. There we go. Guys, remember we have our giveaway running where you can win this really, really cool Storm Mohawk character. Also be sure to check out our Discord as well. Obviously, to win this, you need to leave a comment down in the comment section below. You need to make sure that you're subscribed. And once we finish this sort of series and run of videos, we'll be drawing a winner. And leave a comment on every video. Every single time you leave a comment, it's going to give you an extra entry into that prize draw. Guys, if you want to support the channel even further, we do have our Patreon. There'll be a link down in the description below. And as I mentioned, we've got our Discord server as well, where there is now a dedicated space for Marvel United. Guys, as always, it leaves me with just enough time to say stay well, keep safe, and until next time, bye for now.